Okay. All right. So let's talk about the compensation plan, which is, I think, the most lucrative one in the industry, but I would like to break it down and really explain how it works. Now, let's look at it overall, what we're talking about, the structure. What we have with Agel is called the Quadriplan. Now, the name Quadra, of course, thinks. That comes from four, because what Agel has done is taken the very best elements of the four major compensation plans that have been used for the last 50 years or so. For now, just know that this plan that we're talking about today comes from four types of plans. We've taken the best elements of those and left out the bad stuff. Now, some other things about the plan that I think we should look at is, of course, we need to know that everything is paid on CV, which stands for commissionable volume. Just means the product volume that the commission is going to be based on. Now, why do we do that? We do that because that allows us to do something very special, which is to have a seamless compensation plan across 16 countries right now and growing. Because what the CV allows you to do is you could adjust the CV in certain nations based on economic factors like how much is the Aussie dollar worth versus the US dollar, or how much is the Japanese yen versus the Canadian dollar, or whatever the case may be, so that you can be in St. John and sponsor someone in Singapore. You can sponsor people in Texas. You could sponsor people in Sri Lanka, in Malaysia. And you know what? It all comes on one bonus check. It all goes seamless into your pay plan, into your back end of the office of your website. So that's what CV is. So that's why a box of product, we'll say a $60 box of product has a 50 CV in North America. The $75 products have a 65 CV in North America. The kits we have 50% CV because we pay out a special commission on those, right? We pay the fast start commission. So the retailer pack, which by the way is going to start April 1st, that's $250. CV is $125. The executive kit is $1,000, and the CV is $500. So everything is based on CV. The other thing you should know about the basic of the plan is there's a 50% cap on payout, meaning the company will pay up to 50 cents of every dollar that comes in out in commissions. Because people will ask you that. If you notice, if you've ever drawn out the comp plan, people say, well, won't they run out of money? You know, does that just go forever? I mean, how come they don't go broke? Well, of course, we're not going to make money if the company doesn't make money. If the company doesn't make money, it's not going to stay in business. Nobody's going to get products. So the plan is set up to design to pay up to 50 cents on the dollar in CV, okay, for bonus plans. So that's a basic for the plan. And then I think the other thing you should know about is just the philosophy behind compensation plans and how they're created. Two things that I think are really important elements here. One is you will be approached by people with other companies, and they'll say, oh, Agel, we're only paying 50% in the pay plan. Our company pays 65%, 75%. There was a company a while back that was actually claiming to pay out 90% of the pay plan, which was true. They did have a compensation plan that would pay out 90% if everybody qualified at a perfect level. But of course, people don't all qualify at a perfect level. They have something which is called breakage in the industry. So it says, let's say that it's a breakaway company. They might say you need, when you have 5 people break away, you become a diamond director and you get the special diamond bonus. Okay, great. But see, if you only have 4 people break away, you wouldn't get that diamond bonus, would you? It would roll up to somebody, or it would roll up to the company. So sometimes startup companies, they'll create these plans that pay 60, 70, 80, 90% on paper, but of course they've set the qualification criteria so high that nobody actually qualifies for that. What you look for is how much actually gets paid out to distributors. So the philosophy I look for, I never look for a company that has the highest payout in their compensation plan, because that's really a meaningless figure. What I look for is who has the best paid distributors. Meaning, what people really do, with the activity that they really do and what they're making in the plan, what kind of bonus checks are they taking home? And of course, I think we've got the best paid distributors in the business because of what we do. And the reason for that is the second element of the plan that I think from a philosophical standpoint is important that you be aware of, is that it pays you for taking the correct behavior. Because that's the way it's designed. And it's good. The plan that Glenn and the guys came up with is absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. And one of the reasons that makes it so is the plan rewards people for taking the correct behavior. See, there are plans where it may penalize you. If I sponsor Ivan, and Ivan does too good, it might penalize me in some plans. I said, well, geez, if Ivan gets up to $10,000 a month in volume, he's going to become a director, and he's going to break away, and then I'm going to lose that volume for my group. And then I won't qualify, and so my bonus check will go down. So what has happened now? I have a vested interest in keeping Ivan not as successful as he could be. Now, how crazy is that? Well, if you wonder, why do some companies never really hit the traction? How come they don't grow? A lot of times it's a flaw in the design of the compensation plan because they haven't created it to reward the correct behavior. One of the things we've done with Agel is we've created a two-legged structure. Everybody's got a left side, everybody's got a right side. So somebody like Eric Worre, who told you today he's put in, 34, 36 people or whatever, right? He has a left side and he has a right side. He doesn't have 34 sides, he has 2. So where did the other 32 people go? They have to go somewhere in those 2 legs. Okay? But unlike a binary plan where they cap it at $5,000 a week or they wash the volume every month. Now, why do binaries wash the volume every week? See, they tell you that's because you get weekly paychecks. That's not why they do that. They wash that volume every week because that creates more breakage. And the breakage goes up to the top of the plan, which either is a couple distributors there who got a sweetheart deal, or it's the CEO's wife and his daughter and his dog and his cat and his parrot, and the top 10 slots are all filled with these sweetheart deals, and that's why the volume's got to be washed every week. Okay? So what you want is a plan that rewards you for doing the correct behavior. So we've got a two-legged structure, so it means the second you join Agel, immediately there's a whole line of people above you who have a vested interest in your business, who all of a sudden you have now become part of their team volume commission. You've now become part of their group. I didn't sponsor Ivan. Eric Worre sponsored Ivan, but Ivan is in my group. Why? Because Eric only has 2 legs to build. He can put the other 32 people somewhere else. I've sponsored 70 people in the business. I've got 2 legs. Where did the other 68 go? They're under those people.